these are the 5 most important KPIs to track for SaaS. So this past week, I was having a board meeting in one of the companies where I sit on the board. And prior to that, we had discussed what kind of KPIs that we want to measure in this business. They have revenue, they have departments, they have everything, they have revenue, not that much, but let's say low single digit in millions of AR. And we want to sort of figure out, so given that we're not that mature, we don't have a lot of sort of, let's say, firepower to shoot after tracking everything. We want to select sort of the best or the most important KPIs. So here they are, the 5 most or primary SaaS KPIs in my opinion. Okay, so first we have annual recurring revenue. This is the sort of flow of money that you have. It says a lot about your size, a lot about sort of where you are in the life cycle and so forth. And it's sort of the primary metric that will, tell us also something about the enterprise value of the business and so forth. Then we have lead velocity, which is how many new qualified leads have we gotten over the last period. And that period can be 1 month or 3 months or 6 months or whatever. We can do, I think monthly is sort of the most common time period to track this. But if you have lead velocity and track it together with conversion rates and everything else in your sales, it becomes a really, really good predictor over time to predict how much new ARR you can get. And new ARR then is, well, how much new ARR do we have in the last, let's say, 12 months or year to date? We're saying, well, we have grown by 1 million of new ARR in year to date, so that is, let's say, on budget or on target or whatever. Net revenue retention is, well, how much have we grown legacy accounts year over year, a year from now to today? And then finally, we have customer lifetime value. Okay, well, what is the average revenue we get out of a customer in the entire lifetime that we have them? And the reason I think these are the 5, and I know that we could measure, let's say, LTV or customer lifetime value over customer acquisition cost, which is also a really common metric and so forth. So there's a lot of metrics that, you could argue, well, that's super important, why isn't it in here, and so forth. The reason these are the 5 that I would, across the board, recommend is that it's 1 metric per department. And this is what I mean. The CEO owns the ARR. If the ARR does well, nothing else matters, right? If ARR keeps growing and actually sort of converts to cash, it's a real revenue, that's fine. Lead velocity is owned by marketing. So these guys actually bring the leads in. New ARR is then owned by sales. So these are the guys that closes it, unless you have product led. But if you actually have sales, then new ARR is done there. Otherwise, this is also owned by marketing, who then owns that. Net revenue retention is owned by your customer success. And then customer lifetime value is owned by product. So by just picking these 5, the CEO can go to each department and saying, you're doing a lot of things and I appreciate it and it's great, but you drive this. Like whatever else marketing is doing, they need to drive leads that sales can then close. And sales then get to drive sales on those leads. And then customer success needs to drive the expansion on those customers, balancing it up against the churn, so how much we push them. And then finally, product is the sort of, is where the actual value is created with, well, more product and so forth. So this is a little bit sort of far removed from product. So, I mean, you can also promote something like net promoter score or something in the product, but I actually think that customer lifetime value is a better driver for product value, because you will take the chances on the features and the functionality and so forth to actually drive lifetime value, rather than just creating, let's say, really good UI or whatever that would actually just, let's say, inflate a net promoter score. So I think customer lifetime value is the actual driver that product should be aiming for. So if you have the functions and you have the sort of the CEO that needs to sort of drive the functions, then you can almost see this like a chain, right? So leads to new sales, to expansion of customers, to sort of final lifetime value of the customer, sort of across the organization, with each department owning each of these core KPIs, and then sort of the final outcome of the ARR being owned by the CEO, who then has to control the business with that in mind. So, I mean, your mileage may vary. Maybe you have way more KPIs, or you have 5 different ones, or you just creating your core 3, whatever it is. Like if that works for you, keep doing that. But this is my sort of knee-jerk reaction to what should we measure. I bring these 5 up for this following reason. So I hope it helps. I hope you can use it, and good luck with it. Hey there. So I create these videos for free so that you can take your great SaaS product and turn it into a great SaaS business. So if you like the video and you got value from it, you should of course subscribe to the channel and also tell a friend. So write someone and say, hey, you're in SaaS, this guy talks about SaaS, maybe there's something in there for you. So that is the only way that this channel actually grows or these videos gets around. And this is sort of how I try to provide value to everyone. I have a network of clients that I have, and I get most of my business from referrals only. So the reason I make the videos and write the books and so forth is actually to just provide value to everyone else, because I can only be in one place at a time. So my hope with all these videos is just to do more good in the world. And if you tell a friend or you share, you can help me do that. So thank you.